The inside of the colony is full of lush green, um, plants, trees, grass. There are rivers and lakes and water that are part of what keeps it insulated and also provide the needs of the people who live in here. You can see the lights of a city stretching up all the way around above you because you are inside of a tube now. You can also see in the distance the large windows on both sides of this colony that let you see the mirrors out in space, which is where the sunlight is reflected into the colonies to allow things to grow and survive. There's a big bridge leading from one city across a lake to the other city. You know that in these colonies there's typically about 15 to 20,000 people living.
Wow. Do we see any really suspicious, like, pentagon-shaped buildings that say Armsweir factory on the outside?
You don't, but you do see a family looking up at your robots, screaming and running away. Because they were enjoying a nice picnic at the edge of this river, and you are emerging up through the river from the emergency exit now entrance at this end of the colony.
Do they look like they know anything?
They are just people. They have a picnic basket, which they have left behind, with a picnic blanket on the banks of the river, as they are running screaming towards what looks like some type of electric car.
We already did a scan. Does anyone have like any points in analyze or anything?
Tons.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to see if you can like use your vehicle to achieve greater understanding? You might determine the composition of the air outside your vehicle. Map a cave system with sonar. Yeah, I don't know. Can you do like some sort of sonar?
Seems like it. I wonder if I had... there's a bit of gear called an analytics suite. If I had that, if that would help me extend my range long enough to try and get some kind of readings that would indicate, I don't know, maybe some kind of heavy industrial activity that wouldn't be usual for a colony like this.
Sure. If you want to mark that gear.
It is marked. What does that add to my roll in any way, or is it just
it will increase the effect. So it would be limited trying to scan from here the whole colony, but we'll bump that up to standard, and you're still in a risky position. So risky, standard.
Okay. Does anybody else have any decent scanners or equipment on their vehicles that I might be able to use to assist me?
I could transform into a cassette tape. I'm not joking.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Because when I transform, I select 2 load worth of vehicle gear and 4 points of action ratings that your vehicle lacks. It has this stuff when in its secondary form. Yeah, it's not just a cassette tape. It has all sorts of sensors to record data to that reel of ribbon.
Fascinating.
Fantastic.
Okay. So if you transform, you can provide assistance, which gives an extra die to our friend Kane, and that would put you at, let's see here, for your analyze, 3 dice, sorry. And let's see, you'll be rolling 3 dice with risky standard effects.
All right, here we are.
And you would take 1 fuel for assisting on the iMech.
I would lose 1?
Yeah, you would take 1 loss of fuel for assisting.
I would add a pip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good thing you assisted though. That's good.
That was very good. That 3rd die is that's the one that saved us. So we got a 5 on the 3rd one there. So let's see, risky. There's a consequence, complication. Okay. So you are able to pinpoint further away on the colony, closer to the window actually. So it would be about here where I just did that pulse. There's something going on there, and you're able to zoom in enough that you see some type of unfamiliar black-painted roving bastion is out doing maneuvers over there. So that appears to be perhaps where it's taking place. Unfortunately,
go hijack it.
As a consequence to that, the power of that scan ping was such that the Goliaths now know that you are in here and know where you are, and they are coming for you. So you see coming in through the standard entrance not too far away, about over here, is a complement of Goliath roving bastions. So they're all painted black and green. Those are the colors of the Goliaths. They are coming in and they are coming towards you. They all have a shape that is fairly reminiscent of the PBR lights from the Four Seasons War, but they look like they've been spruced up with big wing binders on the back that have extra thrusters. And they have a cannon over their shoulder in addition to the beam rifle, their particle rifle, particle beam rifle, the PBR, that they are carrying in their mech's hand. They're coming for you.
How many of them are there?
3. For now.
All right. Do we want to split up and try having like 2 engage or like 1 engage and try like leading them on a goose chase and have the other 2 go get the objective?
Sure. Are you volunteering?
I'll volunteer for either, but if I go 1 on 3, there's a good chance I'm going to use the auto destruct.
I will totally take them on by myself.
You'll take them on? Nice. All right. Then, wait. Does anyone else have maneuver?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so which one of you is coming with me then? We're going to go hijack the prototype.
I would have to go with you.
Okay.
Unless we both stay and try and take on these guys and you just maneuver your way over there. But there is another black painted one over there.
Yeah, I don't think I would be good at hijacking either.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just sort of looking at what would be helpful once I got there.
All you would really have to do is get into the cockpit.
Oh, I thought it was maneuvering, or is that like a guard for it?
To cockpit? Sorry, you either have to lure the person out of their cockpit and then go into it yourself, or climb up it somehow, or maybe damage the new Armsweir enough that it's forced to the ground and then take it. There are a lot of different ways you could go about doing this.
I wish I were a better liar. Okay.
The PBR, the particle beam rifles, you have started to notice they are not firing them at you, but they are starting to fire machine gun rounds from these machine guns they have mounted in the chins of their machines, and those bullets are splashing in the river as they are making their way towards the 3 of you.
All right. I'm gonna go for it. Are you coming with me? Yep. Venus or okay.
Venus can stay with Macho here.
All
Lieutenant
right.
Venus, sure, staying right here.
All right, so we do the maneuver thing we talked about earlier, where we'll do team action. I'll grab Kane and then open up the thrusters on the flight suit, maneuver, and like blast our way over there at high speed.
Okay. So to escape the Goliath PBRs, you will need to do an action roll, and I think maneuver group roll would make a good amount of sense. It's going to be risky standard here. And the way a group roll works, as I mentioned, is that both people involved, or all the people involved in the group, roll the same thing. We take the highest result from all of the rolls, and then any rolls that fail inflict stress or fuel on the group action leader. So who is going to lead the group action?
I will.
Okay.
Okay.
So roll maneuver.
Yep. And then Kane will roll maneuver as well at risky standard.
6.
You got a 6 there. Good. A 6 and a 2, so it's good that that 6 came up.
Risky standard. 0 dice for me, right?
Yeah. So we roll
Okay.
2 and take the lowest. Okay. So that's a 3 on the X. So as you pick it up, maybe some bits fall off, but nothing that can't be quickly replaced. So you take 1 more tick of fuel on the iMech there, and you pick up the X and are able to fly away just as the bullets start impacting the ground and the river around the 4 mechs that you have there, the 4 roving bastions that you have. And that leaves Beenas and Macho alone facing these 3 Goliath PBRs as X and iMech fly off towards the new Armsweir, or so we hope.
Good luck, Randy.
Oh yeah.
Randy, what do you want to do?
I will open up the encounter with a barrage of missiles.
Okay, missiles. Good choice. You know, being from is Randy from space?
Yes, he is from the moon. Sky's the limit, but space is the place.
Okay. So Randy knows that firing a beam weapon inside of a colony would be extremely stupid, but a missile at least has a chance of not breaching the hull. So the missiles are a good choice here, whether that's on purpose or not. That sounds like bombard to me. What do you think?
Indeed, it does.
Okay. So you've got, what, 1? No. What do you have in bombard? 1 there?
I have 1, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're going to be, this is still risky standard at this point. You're firing missiles at a group of incoming mechs. Do you want to get any additional dice in some way?
Yes, I will. I think I'll push myself.
Okay. So add 2 fuel. And that gives you 2.
It's standard effect, right?
Yes.
And how many die? 2 or 3?
It's 2 at the moment, right? Because you've got 1 in bombard, and you're taking an additional 1 for pushing yourself?
Yes.
A 4 and a 1. Good thing we had that extra die. All right. So we said it was going to be standard effect. Risky, you got a 4. You can do it. There's a consequence. You suffer harm. A complication occurs. You have reduced effect. You end up in a desperate position. All right. You fire off the missiles, and I'm going to put a tick on the... I've made a Goliath PBR team clock down here. I'm going to put a tick on that as your missiles explode amongst their formation, scattering them out of their current formation, meaning they have to stop firing on you for a minute. At the same time, however, you are tagged by some of those bullets that were splashing around you in the river. So you can take the level 1 harm to your mech, to the... I have to say it every time. You take level 1 harm to your Leroy Jenkins, which is, let's see, pelted. We'll say pelted. You take a bunch of these machine gun shells to the legs and torso of your mech, causing mostly cosmetic damage, but it could interfere with your maneuvering in the future.
Does my armor help with that at all?
Are you going to use your armor to resist?
Oh, I can only use it once?
Yeah.
Alright, no, I will save that.
Okay.
How much damage do I mark down?
Level 1 harm, or level 1 damage, sorry. I need to make sure that I'm clear on that. As that's going, Lieutenant Beenas is doing his best to support you, but he definitely has a concussion at this point. He's firing. He's got a bullpup style giant machine gun on his mech, the type that Lieutenant Seer Easeworthy used at the beginning of the Four Seasons War, but definitely not the same kind at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coincidence, I am sure. He's firing that, but the shells are only causing confusion, not landing any hits, which would be very embarrassing for Lieutenant Seer Easeworthy, but not for Lieutenant Veer Beenas. Okay. Let's jump over to the other team for a second. They've got Discount and Einstein on the run. You are flying over across the lake in the middle of this part of the colony. You can see in the distance the black Armsweir. It looks like it has some upgrades. It looks very familiar to the Armsweir that Kane battled with during the Four Seasons War, but it has been upgraded and the paint job is different. It looks like...
Is this giving him a flashback?
Maybe. With maybe not a mechanical flashback, but a narrative one. Yeah, don't forget, you can use those flashbacks to say that, oh, here's something that I had all along anytime you want. But, sorry, yes, go ahead, Kane.
Oh, just gonna say they're not good memories. It's not a happy flashback.
All right, you can see that, well, if you want to start analyzing or scanning it to get information about the machine, you'll need to do those rolls.
Can I phone Colin again?
Colin doesn't live on this colony and is difficult. It would be difficult to make a phone call from inside your bastion because of all the Maxilev particles.
All right. Yeah, sure, Matt.
We established the Maxilev particles interfere with wireless communications a year ago.
All right.
Cannon.
Well, I was going to try to get a contract to fill a temporal piloting that mech, but apparently that's off the table.
You could use a flashback.
All right. I'm going to use a flashback.
Okay. What are we flashing back to here?
To when I got an extra contract drafted.
Okay, so you're talking...
pilot. Guide me through the flashbacking process.
Okay. When you declare a flashback, you decide what it is you want the flashback to accomplish. And then we decide how much stress that will cost.
All right. So what I would like to accomplish is have an extremely formal, urgent, and important-looking document saying, I need to pilot this mech to safety, and I've been specially assigned by a temp agency to do this. I specialize in emergency mech evacuations to protect them from a marauding force.
Okay.
That I'm just seconds ahead of.
So
Randy is here.
That's a simple preparation, and you had ample opportunity to do so. That costs you 0 stress to do. You have that document, and it means that it will, when you get out of here, you might get some extra pay if you are able to pilot this new Armsweir out of the colony unharmed and deliver it.
Mm-hmm. Also, it would free up another mech that we would have to find something to do with.
Can't imagine what that might be.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So on the way there, I've got the document now.
Okay. You gaze lovingly at the contract, the temp contract that you have rolled up in your glove box.
Okay.
Kane, anything you want to do while we're on our way over towards that Armsweir?
Yeah, I think we'll just scan the surroundings and make sure that they don't have any buddies hanging around doing drills or hidden out of sight.
Okay. You can do a scan then, and I think this would be... you're not in immediate danger. We'll call this... but a scan might bring more attention. Okay, we'll call it risky standard effect then. That's what most rolls are in this game, in case that's not already obvious.
Risky standard. Should be my new stage name. Boom. Yep, that was risky.
It was a really dangerous scan.
Apparently it was.
You looked out the window too hard.
Okay. You were in a risky position. I think when you do your scan, some combination of the water reflecting the scan beams and the maxillip particles that flood the solar system prevent your scan from acting properly. You lose the opportunity to find out if there are any reinforcements. You don't know. There's not enough time to figure it out before you get there.
Okay.
Macho, how's your battle going?
I'm absolutely winning. Always.
Let's find out.
Because I'm an elf warlock and I've got tiger blood.
Elf warlock with tiger blood versus 3 cans of PBR. I mean 3 PBRs. Okay, how is that going for you? We can find out by doing some action rolls. Are you getting in there and mixing it up? Are you still exchanging fire? What's your plan?
Are you going to do a flying elbow drop on one?
Yes, I was about to ask. I have a fine melee weapon, but I would like them to be just big, like
elbow pads,
like metal boxing gloves with spikes in them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you've got on your machine.
Righteous.
Okay, so you've declared your fine melee weapon. And are you going to do a battle with them?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna... Actually, can I initiate? Does my... Oh, wait, never mind. That doesn't help me. All right, yeah, I'm just going to go in for the flying elbow drop.
Okay. This does sound like battle. Is that what you want to do?
Indeed.
Okay. So, we're going to do a battle. Right now you've got 2 dice in that. Do you want to do anything to get more dice?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. So you're still at risky standard here. Because you can only punch 1 robot at a time. So that's why it's standard effect. Although, I think we'll call this risky great. Because you've got the fine melee weapon. That increases your effect.
That's 2 dice?
Mm-hmm. That's your rating in battle. Okay, good. You got a 4 on the second dice there, and a 2 on the first one, so that's good. We're getting some interesting rolls here.
I'm paying for those 6s and breaking the doors.
Yeah, clearly. Okay, so you are able to bash them, but I'm going to say it's lesser effect. You were aiming to, what was it you were aiming to do? Like a multi-punch thing?
A double Superman punch.
Okay. You're aiming to do a double Superman punch. One of the PBRs was able to get out of the way. So you slammed into it, and you are able to crush in the armor on the first one, and that one is taken out of commission. So I'm going to put 2 ticks on this clock here. You still got standard effects. One of the PBRs is out of commission. It's still 2-on-1 at this point. Lieutenant Beenas he's doing his best. But he's shouting something about, "You won't be able to stop me this time, Imera. I'm going to defend I'm going to defend the satrapy of Zera until the end." And, it's really weird that he'd be saying that. It's the kind of thing that you might have been heard at the end of the 4 Seasons War from Sirius Worthy, but it's definitely not him. Must be coincidence.
Listen, the cream always rises to the top.
Absolutely. So one of them is sent into a smoking pile down into the river. It doesn't explode, fortunately, because you didn't breach its reactor or anything like that. That would have been really bad if you had gotten a bad roll on that, for example. Discount and Einstein, you are moments away from arriving at the Armsweir. Are you trying to sneak up on it, or are you trying to go in and beat it up? What do you want to do?
Okay, so can I transform into what's the movie where the guy holds the boombox above his head and plays the song?
Say anything.
Okay, so I transform into the cassette tape again
Mm-hmm.
and give an impassioned plea. I'm here from. One sec, I gotta get the wording just right.
Yep, and well, while they're doing that, Kane will be holding them up above the creepy robot X with a bunch of tentacles all like looped around the cassette tape in exactly that pose.
Perfect.
What song are you playing?
Unchained Melody. So I transform, and then I shout out over top of the music. I'm from the Temp Pilots Local Union Branch 46. I have an urgent order to commandeer this Armsweir and save it from the incoming marauders. And I open the cockpit and I hold the contract bravely in my hand, looking at him with eyes full of compassion.
The wind blowing through your hair. Is the wind able to move your hair? How much product is in there?
Oh, it looks glorious because the wind's blowing to the right.
Whoa. Okay. What would this be? You're in a risky position because you are stepping out of your machine and trying to wave a piece of paper at another armed machine with a big old lie. Well, actually, no, it's not technically a lie, is it?
I have the contract.
You have the contract. The contract doesn't say that you need to commandeer it, but sure, we'll keep this on risky. And I would say this is normally this would be limited effect, but I'm going to call it standard. I think this is the kind of moxie that the temp agency really respects.
All right. And I would like to stress myself to push it.
Sure. And that'll be stress because this is a pilot action you're taking.
Yeah. So that's 2 stress, right?
Yes.
For an extra die. And so this would be like my consort or sway.
This is sway. You're negotiating.
Okay.
Well, you can try consort, but it would be limited effect. Sway would be standard effect.
Oh no, I want to hijack this thing. And I can do a devil's bargain to get another one.
Okay, the devil's bargain is that, let's see. So, the devil's bargain, you get what you want, but you're trying to use your temp contract. Okay, here's the devil's bargain. Because you are using this contract inappropriately, you will lose your position at the temp agency.
Oh, I was Employee of the Year, Matt.
3 years ago, Dave.
A lot's changed ever since they got Brock hired, making me look bad.
Yeah, Brock will definitely 100%. Brock will definitely 100% ensure that you are fired.
All right, I accept.
Okay.
Does our presentation help at all? I feel like this is a team.
All right. So how are you assisting with this?
He's holding the cassette.
Holding the cassette, I'm gonna give like a nice light show from my all my amazing cool sensors and stuff.
Okay, take a tick of fuel for that, and
Okay.
that adds another die to discounts roll.
Pyrotechnics.
All right, so now I'm up to 3, right?
You're up at 3.
All right.
So you're pushing yourself, devil's bargain, assistance. Yeah, that's 3. That's pretty much the best you can do.
All right, so risky standard, you said?
Risky standard, 3 dice.
All right.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Pyrotechnic.
All right, 2, 3, and 5. Thank goodness for that
Good thing we
third
had
die.
the lights.
Yeah, it was maybe worth sacrificing that job. You know, you can always stay with Atho if you want. Okay, so on the 5, risky. Harm, complication, crazy, respect. Okay, the other cockpit opens, and inside of it you see not what you were expecting. You were expecting to see like a test pilot of some sort. You see a teenage girl inside the cockpit. She's got black hair, It's like curly black hair and a bit of an afro that she's got. She looks like extremely angry, just like rage, constant rage. And she shouts back at you, "You can have this stupid thing, but take me with you."
Huh. I'm so glad it's not Brock in there. I was seriously bracing for that.
Answer your questions 3.
Well, that threw a wrench into my plans.
Yeah, that's why it's called A Complication Arises.
Okay, I pitch we swap mechs.
Okay.
And I tell her to follow me in that one. And this is where I bring up I still have the remote control self-destruct button.
You sure do.
Okay.
So this teenage girl, she looks maybe 15 years old.
Jeez, man.
She
Don't
agrees.
tell me about her.
She
Don't
agrees.
tell me what she looks like. Don't tell me about her personality.
And she says, "Are you from Atho? Or are you from Neozera?"
And I say, "I'm just a temp doing his job, ma'am."
He says, "Well, I can't stand it on this colony anymore. Ever since the Goliaths came, it's just been really terrible, and they keep making fun of my name. And I got in a fight this morning, and they tried to arrest me, but I ran away and stole this robot. I need to get out of here."
Great, we have a lot in common. Why don't you just hop in this mech and we'll get out of here as soon as we're safe.
She says, "Okay." And she hops down. She has trailing behind her, there's a, it looks like a six-sided die. It's a cube. The word I'm looking for is a cube.
Nerd confirmed.
Oh my god.
Nerd.
It hasn't even been that long. I still have so many hours to go. A cube bounces down behind her, and 2 of the sides of the cube keep opening and closing, and it's saying like, see you, Odin, see you," as it bounces along behind this girl, and she comes over towards the iMech, looks up at you expectantly.
Was that a companion cube?
Sure. It's called a CU. They're all the rage. You've seen them in toy stores. It's like an expensive, It's like a future Aibo.
All right, I hop out. I tell her it's an iMech 7. Everyone knows how to use one. And dash over to the prototype Armsweir.
Okay. You climb up into the cockpit, and it seals around you. It's extremely nice. It's not like leather seats or anything. This is still a prototype, clearly. But it is.
That was literally going to be my first question about heated leather seats.
Not leather, but heated.
All right.
And this girl gets up into your machine, and she transmits over to you. "What's your name?"
All right. It's Joseph Smith. Tell me about yourself.
Says, "My name's Odin Dissu. I'm an orphan."
Oh, no.
Well, that simplifies things in a way.
Yeah, I mean,
"My dad was one of the designers on the Lambda project, but the Goliaths killed him when he said he was going to defect."
I say, okay, that's really cool. Let's go help my friends blow up some of those bad guys, and then we'll get out of here, and everything will be okay.
You can hear her strapping in and adjusting the seat in your iMech. And she's pressing some buttons and says, "All right, let's go. I'm ready."
Oh, I bet you are.
And she's following you.
All right,
Macho.
cool. Back to the fight?
Yeah, we're going to bop over to Macho. How's it going?
going in for another flying elbow drop.
Okay. Let's do a risky standard battle. Well, we said risky great last time, right?
Yeah, because I'm using defined melee weapons.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do risky great then. Risky great on your battle.
Hey.
Yeah.
Very nice. You got a 6. Your punch just takes one of them out. There's only one left, and it is like just this. Whoever is in this one is clearly very skilled, very like high-end ace pilot, and it's just one-on-one at this point. Beenas has stumbled all the way back almost to the emergency exit, and is firing occasionally into the ground, into the air, muttering things. Suddenly, you see the bastion that he's in goes stock still, and its head whips around to point in the direction of the approaching trio, now from across the lake, of Discount, Einstein, and Odin. And you hear Veer saying, "This pressure." And that's all. Discount, Einstein, and Odin, the three of you arrive at the battle to see that there is still one Goliath there, but you can hear the sounds of more approaching, and you can see them showing up on your sensors, on your scanners.
Are they coming from the main entrance?
Yeah, they're coming from the same place these other PBRs came from.
All right, let's just peace out through our secret exit.
Is that what y'all want to do?
Yeah, we'll go with that for now.
Okay, this one is still here and still like shooting stuff at you, trying to keep you from leaving. So that will affect the action roll to escape.
What kind of weapons do I have on the new mech?
Good question. You've got a... let me look at the list of gear. You've got a particle beam saber. You have a machine gun. And you have a shield.
All right. I attack the last one with the beam saber.
Okay, so you want to battle it?
Yeah. Well, unless Kane, do you want to do it?
Why don't we team up? I can assist you.
Okay.
If you don't do
Can we
anything,
do an X strike?
if you don't do anything, Odin's going to start attacking. So you should keep that in mind.
Yeah.
What's your X strike look like?
Rifle on that one too.
Yeah.
Have you played Chrono Trigger?
Yep. You're both going to go with your beam sabers. Or particle sabers. All right. So...
Okay, wait. I say, does that sound good to you, partner? To Kane? Give him a wink.
Kane's,
like a buddy cop movie.
Kane's a little bit too like socially awkward to do anything cool back, so he just kind of like nods really like jerkily back at you.
Nice. He's the bad cop.
All right. So in that case, one of you should take the lead and the other one should give an assist on your battle roll, or whichever roll you think would be appropriate for this battle.
I have 1 point in battle. Wait.
Me too.
Okay.
So use your fancy experimental tech. You go take the lead.
All right. I will roll first then.
Field testing for science.
Risky limited?
It'll be standard.
Yeah, really, Kane just wants to see how this thing performs. He's gonna steal all its tech.
Hey!
Hey!
All right, your particle beam saber. The PBR is pulling out its own particle beam saber in an attempt to parry yours, but your new advanced one cuts right through that beam and slashes the PBR in half, sending it crashing down into the lake, or into the river here as well. You are now cleared to escape the confines of the colony.
Let's do that.
Let's go.
Okay. on your way out, you have a sudden ping in your shortwave communicator in the Armsweir Mark II, which you see this thing is labeled as. Very original name, but I do love Mark II. The Armsweir Mark II, and there is somebody on the other end of the line. And she says, "You give that back, or I'm going to destroy you myself." And looking behind you, you see an identical Armsweir Mark II coming towards you as the Goliath PBRs continue to pour into the colony. But that Mark II is right on your tail.
With two.
My thoughts exactly.
All right. I say, ma'am, I am from a very prestigious temp agency that you may be familiar with, the Temp Pilots Local Union Branch 46, and I have here a contract to commandeer.
I don't care.
Armsweirs.
The Goliaths won't allow you to rob us blind this way. She's coming towards you. She's got her beam rifle out, and it looks like she's about to fire a particle beam rifle inside a colony.
No, I want to interface and hack her Armsweir and prevent that from happening.
Oh, I was literally about to do it right back. You're not the only one who can play with fire! All right,
okay.
Well, yeah, that sounds like a better idea.
So you're going to try and hack into the Mark II.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. At this distance, it's pretty close. This is a dangerous thing that you're doing. However,
since we have a Mark II of our own, can I, give him technical information?
You absolutely could if this were a situation where it wasn't so immediately dangerous.
You just read him the serial number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. If I had...
Open the glove box and give him the manual.
If I had some tech, like a Palm computer or something, would that help me out?
It might. It's going to be risky limited. If you declare some tech, you can bump that up to standard.
Okay. I have a fancy Palm computer that will allow me to transmit signals and stuff that are difficult to prevent.
Okay. We'll go up to risky standard with that. And let's go with your interface.
All right.
Are you pushing yourself?
Absolutely. This is a big moment for Kane, using all of his mental fortitude and past hacking experience. Risky, standard, and pushing myself is too stressed to get an extra dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
Why is he so bad at his job?
You got a 2 and a 3 on your interface roll there, which not ideal. Not ideal. I think you see the machine that you still see in your nightmares bearing down on you again, and it's just like 5 years ago all over again. And that
Ready to self-destruct.
I want you to take, let's see, I don't want to be that mean. The level 1 harm to you.
Okay.
Let's see, take a level 1 harm. What should we call this? You're suffering from a painful, violent flashback here. It's just a level 1 harm, violent flashback.
Yeah, it's that sort of normalization
Mental harm.
really makes life hard for these people, Matt. It's just a level 1. I had like 5 of those.
Well, a level 3 would be, a much worse PTSD symptom.
Mm-hmm. This is just fear.
That was ominous.
Okay, so yeah, the fear gets in you, and your palms are sweaty.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. You drop the fancy Palm computer. It clatters to the bottom of your cockpit between your feet. The Armsweir fires towards you, just towards the three of you in general, trying to hurt you. And let's see, who is in the front of this formation on your way out?
Probably Beenas?
Beenas was close to the emergency exit when this went down.
Oh.
He's basically out of commission. He's been useless all mission since he got that knock on the head.
Bet he could stop a beam blast.
I think, unfortunately, Odin's probably right in the path of this thing.
Okay, well,
think
there's an
so?
energy shield that we modded onto.
Okay. So the particle beam rifle that this version of the Mark II coming after you has is intensely powerful. So both Odin and both Odin and your Mark II for discounts Mark II are in the path of this blast, and it could potentially take both of you out. It's that powerful of a weapon in the Mark II, which is good information for you to be taking back, assuming you survive this. So either this beam blast is going to hit you and do level 3 harm to your Armsweir Mark II, or you have to resist this somehow. You have to do a resist roll.